Hey guys, welcome back to JR14. Here I am with another episode for you guys today. And today I am proudly happy to announce that I told you guys I was looking for it for a while, but I finally bought my new daily driver that I only purchased for $1,000. So without further ado, let's get into the video and show you guys what I bought and go over some of the features about it and pretty much just give you some detailed information of what I did, how I bought it, and what I did. So without further ado, let's go ahead and look at it right now. So the car that I have here today is a 1999 Honda Civic LX trim. Now, why did I buy a Civic? Why did I buy a Civic? Jay, you have a GTI, I thought you were a Volkswagen enthusiast. Why are you buying a Honda? I bought a Honda because specifically I wanted a reliable daily driver. Something that can get me from point A to point B, and also something that wouldn't give me any issues along the way. The fact is that the Civic is pretty reliable, and if it does break, then I definitely have some opportunities where I can go to a regular Advanced Auto Parts or Pep Boys or O'Reilly's and purchase the part right then and there. Also, for that fact that the parts are readily available, they're also very cheap. So it's very, very cheap to maintain a car like this, which is why I was not hesitant on buying one with high mileage. Now, when you think of high mileage, you're just thinking of a number, but you have to figure out the course of how many miles were driven over the course of years, over the years. So like I said, this is a 99 and it has 163,000 miles on it, and it's definitely been taken care of. Now, where did I get the car from? I've looked at eBay, Auto Tempest, Cars.com, Auto Trader, and my budget honestly was $1,500. I wanted to just put $1,500 away, and I believed in my mind that I can find a really good running daily driver that wasn't clapped out or ran down to the ground and would need just money being dumped into it every single week. Now, I found this car on Facebook Marketplace. Now, if you guys are not familiar, everyone is familiar with Facebook in 2020, but if you're not, Facebook has a section called Marketplace where you can buy and sell things that your personal things of what you want. One of them is cars. So yeah, you can purchase cars. And the funny thing about it was, when I actually purchased this car, I had a budget of $1,500, but then when I saw the listing price, it was $1,200. Now you're saying like, okay, Jay, you said the car's listing was $1,200, but you paid $1,000 for it. Why did you only pay $1,000 with it? Now again, when you're spending $1,500 for a car, $2,000 for a car, you're not going to get a perfect car. There's things that's going to be wrong with the car that you're going to be buying at that price point, and there's things that are wrong with this car at that price point. Now, the major reason why I got the car for $1,000 was because I negotiated the price down due to a faulty part on this car. The car currently does not have AC. Now, for some people that may be an issue, like if you live in California, Nevada, Texas, or any of those areas of Florida, but I'm in New York, and right now we're in the month of October, so I really don't necessarily need the AC. The AC is not really going to prevent me from driving the car every day. Also, I did check the heat. The heat does work perfectly. What else is wrong with the car? From the naked eye, nothing. Cosmetics. Now, when we're talking about cosmetics, mechanically, no. The previous owner did change the battery. He changed the distributor cap, the spark plug wires, as well as the spark plugs. He didn't change the oil. I did check the oil level. The oil level is fine, but it is oil that's dirty. So I did get some oil already, and I'm going to be putting that in the car in a later video. I actually do want to take the car to Gio's shop at European Auto, and we're going to do a full assessment on what the car needs immediately and what the car can wait for to get in the future. When I drove the car, now my experience with this was pretty cool, right? So, well, before we even get to the experience, there are some defects with the car. So mechanically, other besides the AC, mechanically, it's an automatic, unfortunately. But there's no mechanical defects besides the AC, but there are a few cosmetics. Now, again, when you really can't put that in perspective as it being a perfect car. If you want a perfect cleaner car that's this year, you're probably gonna be spending $3,000–4,000. With this car right here, it does have some fading paint. This is a notorious Honda thing. Now, Hondas are known for fading paint, especially in the older generations, and even the 2006 to 2011 model year Civics. That goes for the regular Civics as well as the SIs. The bumper is cracked in the front. But again, I already checked this stuff out. Bumpers are extremely cheap for this car, so I'm not really too concerned about it. Now, one of the things I did notice was condensation and water in the driver's side headlight. Now, I noticed this just because of the simple fact that you see it, and the headlights are pretty faded. Like I said, you know, that's just something that I knew going into it, and I knew that I had to replace. Also, another thing is that it looks like someone backed into the hood a little bit. It creased it very slightly. I think with a little bit of body work, I can get that out. I'm not really too concerned about it. As you move on to the side of the car, there is a dent in the driver door that I really do have to look out for. But again, it's not really, it looks like it could just be pulled out with dentless paint repair. The paint is in pretty good shape for what it is. Now, what I was really concerned about was rust. A 21-year-old car that was a northern car that was sold in Brooklyn. It was the Bray Ridge Honda that sold this car. Being a New York car, you really have to worry about rust because we have really horrific winters sometimes where we have a lot of salt on the road. The Civics that I've seen that had rust were not worth it. One had rust all around the window, all around the windshield, which pretty much said was a no-go for me because it leaked in through the roof. And I wasn't going to deal with that, and I wasn't going to pay the money for a 21-year-old car to repair all that because it is an extensive repair. Small stuff like body scuffs and paint fading, I can either, you know, buy a new replacement part for cheap or pretty much just replace the whole thing together. But when you're talking about rust all around the A-pills and all around, that's a little bit more of an extensive body job. Now, also, there's a little bit of dings and stuff. Now, you know, I'm not really too concerned with that. And you know, it really doesn't bother me as much. These are little small little dings. The car's 21 years old, it's a New York car. But one of the things that actually intrigued me to buy this car was it was a 2-owner car. I bought it from the second owner. And the funny thing is, this car came with everything. It came, the interior is immaculate on it. It came with the official booklets, the manuals and stuff for the Civic that you get when you get a new car with the little pamphlets and stuff. I still have all that in the glove compartment. It definitely had, you know, the original owner in there, and he did say he was the second owner. He's owned the car for a long time. Another thing that intrigued me about buying the car, I bought it from an older gentleman. He bought another car, he bought a newer car, he didn't need this one anymore, so he sold it to me. And this is where you intrigue. This is like those hidden gems, right? A lot of times when you look for a Civic, it's really weird to try to find one in good condition. It's really hard to find one in good condition, except for like the SIs and stuff like that. But with that, remember, you're going to be paying a premium for it. So we're going to move on to the side of the car because there is a little bit more imperfections that I want to point out to you guys, as well as the rear. So let's go check it out real quick. So as we move on to the side of the Civic, there's a couple of imperfections again with that paint fading and the other headlight, which also has a little bit of condensation, but not as bad as the driver's side. This does have some paint fading on the bumper. Again, I told you why I'm not really too worried about that. Also, as we move along the side, it's all good until we get about to the top of the doors. Usually right about above the profile line, the paint starts to thin out and it starts to fade away. As you guys can see, I don't know if you guys can pick this up on camera, but you guys see that the clear coat's pretty much gone. For now, I use some trim cleaner, the trim, to make the trim blacker again. I use that, and it pretty much blends it in pretty well. Obviously, it's only a temporary fix, but when this car is all washed and cleaned up, it actually does really look good. And it also goes to the back door as well. So I know that if I do want to do something with this in the future, I'm going to repair this, I'm probably going to have to paint the side of the car over again, but we'll talk more about that in a later video. Now, there are some key marks on the C-pillar and also the rear quarter panel. Again, 21-year-old car is a Brooklyn car as well. It's not going to get scuffs. It's going to get scuffs and stuff all over it eventually. I'm not really too concerned about it. It's not really a major thing for me. But one of the things I did notice was in the back. Now, in the back, you do have some scuff marks on the trunk area, which for me, again, not a big concern. I literally looked on eBay. You can find these bumpers for the front and rear as a set. You can find them for roughly like about $100. Even OEM bumpers, you can find them relatively cheap. So I'm not really too concerned about it. Another reason of why I wanted to jump on this car and jump on it fast, one, I made the mistake of finding Civics within my price range and waiting to make a purchase on them. As soon as I was ready to make the purchase on them, they were already sold. So I do make this recommendation to you guys. If you guys are in the market of finding a car and you see one you like, please take pro action and go see the car and talk to the seller as soon as possible, because there is probably someone looking at the same thing and thinking the same thing of you, thinking the same thing like you as well, trying to think like, okay, well, this is a clean car, I want to go ahead and get it. But one of the things I did notice about this Civic in particular, which I really did admire, was for the simple fact that he took care of it. he did maintenance on it. Now, we got brand new tires on this as well. Hankook's, a good name brand tire on this car. He changed the same tire all the way around. He has some Sparko wheels on here, which I mean, I'm not really a fan of, but like literally, I've been driving a car for a couple days now, and people have been giving me compliments on the Sparko wheels because it's not a thing that you see anymore. Also under the hood, he changed the battery, he changed the distributor, he changed all that stuff underneath the hood. So he did just dump, I believe he dumped about, he said like about $300-400 into it because he paid somebody to do it. Now, one of the things that I really do like about this car is the interior. When I say this interior is mint, this interior is clean. There is some scuffing on some of the panels, but when I tell you I could not have found a more cleaner Civic on the inside due to its age for a daily car. This interior is actually very clean. So I just want to let you guys know, you know, like literally this kind of stuff is what you can look for. Now, I negotiated the price $200 off because of how what the problem actually is. It could be the compressor, it could be the condenser, it could be the clutch fan that causes the AC issue, but I won't know until we take it to Gio and he will assess what it is, and then we can go to probably an Advanced Auto Parts and get a replacement clutch fan, or Amazon it or eBay it, and it'll come to me the next day. So I'm not really too concerned about that. Or if I want to go full out race car with it, I just delete the AC altogether and I'll just have the heat. What do I have planned for this car? You know, am I just going to leave it alone and just drive it? Yes and no. There are some things I want to do because, again, another reason, like, again, going back, why did I want a Civic is because I've always wanted when I was a 16-year-old kid. When I got my license, this is the car. This is the exact car that I wanted. I wanted an EX or SI coupe in this generation, an EK generation, preferably a 99 to 2000, and you know, just because of the fact of the climate control and some of the other features that and the look in the look in the front end looks a little bit better to me than the in the rear and the front of the 99s to 2000s versus the 96s to 98s. And I want to do my own personal touches on it. My goal is to make this kind of OEM plus. Still function as a daily driver, but it being sorted to me. Now, I do have a list of stuff that I'm going to be doing to this car that I've already purchased, and I will be sharing that with you as this is another build, guys. So you guys, I'm excited about it, but I also want to put your comments into it as well. So I need you guys to go ahead and comment on this video for me, so that this way you guys can, I want to see what you guys think. Maybe do you want to do a motor swap, maybe a trans swap? It is an automatic. I do probably want to make it a manual, but again, I haven't made that decision yet. The car's been fantastic so far. It's been great, and I'm excited about it. So guys, I just wanted to take this time to introduce you to my new daily driver. You guys wanted to see new content. Cars are a lifestyle on this channel, not just Volkswagens. I love Volkswagens very much. I do love Hondas as well. And now we have a 99 Honda Civic LX sedan on the channel that we're gonna present content with you guys to make it more modern in 2020 and make it more fun to drive. So guys, I hope that you guys did like this video. Make sure that you hit the thumbs up if you did like this video, and like, share, and subscribe, because we're definitely gonna get a lot more content on a lot of things that's gonna happen with this car, as far as like checking what's wrong with it at Gio's shop, to fixing some things, modifying some things, making some things better for you guys to enjoy. So guys, I hope that you did enjoy this video. Like I said, like, share, and subscribe to JR14. You guys always remember, when you pick up a daily driver for only $1,000 that runs and drives and is clean, you guys always remember that cars are a lifestyle.